Cretaceous Period. First, we have simple facts. The time period was named after the large deposits of chalk in Europe, but almost everywhere else the deposits were of marine limestone.
Land covered 18% of Earth's surface compared to the 28% today. Carbon dioxide levels were double the amount today because of a large amount of volcanoes.
Next, we have the national news. This period lasted about 80 million years, from about 145.5 million years ago to 65.5 million years ago. Because of the overall hotter climate, there was little ice, which caused water levels to rise up to 660 feet.
The temperature difference between the equator and poles were nearly non-existent. Another thing that occurred was the breakup of Pangaea. Unbelievably fast mid-ocean ridge spreading caused this. New flowering plants, angiosperms, gave herbivores such as hadrosaurs nutritious food. The orientation of the continents is shown here. This is the early Cretaceous, where Pangaea was just beginning to break up.
This is the late Cretaceous, where the North Atlantic Ocean begins to form and North America gets split in two. Also, we have the local news. Our area is almost in the same exact location above water, as you can see in the map above it. But the landforms near us, such as Presque Isle and Lake Erie or any of the other lakes, have not yet formed.
Now for the weather. In our area, the humid continental climate is causing warmer temperatures later in the year. Globally, it is also much warmer. Antarctica, with the cool temperate climate, is similar to the climate we have today in Erie. It is way too warm for an ice age.
Recreational activities in North America are enjoyable in this time period. Climbing the Appalachian Mountains or the Rockies, or some of the Rockies, and multiple volcanoes surrounding it, as well as swimming in the Western Interior Seaway, east of present-day California, are very entertaining. Even just viewing these areas can be worthwhile. For the organisms of our time period, we interviewed a paleontologist. What organisms lived during the Cretaceous time period?
Well, just about all kinds of organisms. The most prominent were, of course, the birds. The dinosaurs, because the two are the same thing. So the dinosaurs were the big stars on the stage. They were the ones that were in control of the ecosystems, but there were mammals there, but they were very small, primitive, living underfoot of the dinosaurs, in fear of the dinosaurs. There were all sorts of animals in the oceans, fish, shelled animals that are no longer on the planet, clams that look like big tubes. So what happened at the end of the Cretaceous changed everything. It took away the dinosaurs' ecosystem, and that kind of paved the way for mammals like us. So we probably wouldn't be here if the dinosaurs were still in charge.
What happened to the dinosaurs?
Okay, we're not 100% sure, but we're pretty close to being 100% sure that an asteroid or a comet slammed into the Earth in a part of Mexico and made a big crater and jetted a lot of material into the Earth's atmosphere, and that blocked the sun. And with the sun blocked, that meant that plants couldn't grow. And then the animals that ate plants would die out, and the animals that ate the plants, they would also die out. It's possible that a lot of the dinosaurs died almost instantaneously. They died out really quickly. We've never found even a scrap of a dinosaur bone after that extinction layer on the Earth. So it looks like all the great dinosaurs, all the dinosaurs that had teeth, disappeared really, really fast. So that's a giant fish that lived in Kansas during the Cretaceous time period. And we often find that guy. He's kind of got like a bulldog mouth with big teeth in it. We often find him dead with another big fish in his stomach that was so big that he couldn't go on living after he swallowed it whole. This is Tyrannosaurus Rex. He was one of the biggest, baddest dinosaurs that ever lived. Now, he wasn't the absolute largest. You know, the long-necked dinosaurs were bigger than T-Rex, but he was able to bring them down and have them for dinner. And if you look at his skull, now this is where his eyeball would be, and this is his nose, and this is with his auditory or hearing area. But if you look carefully, you'll see there are some joints in between the bones. Even here on his lower jaw, he's got a joint in there. And that's so that he can swallow something really large in one gulp. And we think that T-Rex ate smaller dinosaurs most of the time, and he would grab them, pick them up, and swallow them whole while they were alive. And those joints in the bones of his skull, that allowed him to swallow something a little bit bigger than what he could ordinarily grab and display. Of course, Triceratops' name means three-horn face, and you can see the three horns. But the thing to remember about the horns is, in life, they'd be a lot bigger because they were covered with a material like your fingernails are made of, and that would have made them at least 1/3 longer. So when we say that Triceratops had big horns, he had really big horns. And the frill is not for protection. The frill is in some places less than an inch thick. And with the bite force generated by T-Rex and his jaws, he'd be able to bite through this like you or I would bite through a saltine cracker. So this is probably not for defense, it's probably for some other purpose that we really haven't discovered yet. Okay, this is one of the only confirmed T-Rex footprints that's ever been found in North America. And you can see from the size of his foot that he was a very large animal. Now, if you've seen the Jurassic Park movies, they show somebody stuck to the foot of a T-Rex as the T-Rex walks. Well, as you can see, a person wouldn't stick to this that well. They were exaggerating it for the movie. But this is big enough, especially when you consider how big an elephant's footprint is. An elephant would have a footprint about like that. So this guy is many times larger than an elephant and a lot more dangerous.
I hope you enjoyed our presentation.